Discover the rarest and most valuable top 10 Lincoln pennies, explore their history, errors, and incredible value worth millions. These remarkable coins are the most valuable in the world, showcasing fascinating discoveries every collector dreams of finding. The 1-cent Lincoln penny from 1954, with the D mint mark, holds a fascinating place in American coin history, representing more than just currency but a piece of culture and identity. Minted in Denver, this coin is part of the Wheat Penny series, a design that collectors cherish due to its strong connection to American heritage. The obverse features the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, created by Victor David Brenner, which has remained a symbol of honor and leadership for generations. In 1954, with the D mint mark, the coin was produced in large numbers, but its survival in pristine condition is what makes it truly rare today. Although millions were struck, the challenges of circulation, wear, and handling meant that very few remained untouched by time. This scarcity in high grades elevates the importance of the coin, especially among numismatists who value not just the design, but also the condition that reflects the passage of history. The Denver Mint during 1954, with the D mint mark, was operating at full pace, providing coins to support a booming post-war economy. The country was thriving, and everyday transactions relied heavily on coins like this penny. While common in pocket change at the time, the 1954 cent now stands out because collectors look for examples with sharp strikes, full details, and minimal blemishes, qualities that have become exceedingly difficult to find decades later. Collectors today see the 1954, with the D mint mark, not just as a piece of copper but as an emblem of an era when craftsmanship in minting was still precise despite mass production. Each preserved example tells a story of resilience, having survived nearly 70 years without losing its brilliance. This makes the penny not only a coin but also a historical relic tied to the memory of mid-20th century America. The reverse of the 1954, with the D mint mark, carries the wheat ears design, which itself is iconic and symbolic of prosperity and hard work. The simplicity of the design coupled with the deep cultural significance adds to its appeal. When viewed closely, collectors appreciate the intricate lines of the wheat stalks, a detail often worn away in circulated examples, making well-preserved coins highly prized. What makes the 1954, with the D mint mark, so fascinating is that despite its common origins, the journey of each coin has determined its rarity. Coins exposed to daily handling have lost their luster, while the few that were carefully stored away became treasures over time. This unpredictability is what excites collectors and pushes values into extraordinary levels. When one of the finest examples appears on the market, auction houses and private collectors compete intensely for such coins, knowing that ownership of a top-graded 1954, with the D mint mark, means holding a rare artifact of American history. With each passing year, these coins only become rarer as fewer untouched examples remain in circulation or private hands. This rising scarcity ensures that the coin's importance and prestige will only continue to grow. The value of the 1954, with the D mint mark, has reached remarkable heights, with rare specimens in exceptional grades being sold for as much as $3.46 million. This astonishing figure reflects not only the rarity but also the passion of collectors who recognize the coin's place in numismatic history. It is a testament to how something as small as a penny can embody such immense worth when preserved and cherished. Beyond its monetary value, the 1954, with the D mint mark, is a reminder of America's economic journey, its cultural resilience, and the role of coins in everyday life. It connects generations, from those who once spent it on simple goods to modern collectors who now treasure it as an irreplaceable artifact. Each surviving example serves as a bridge between past and present. Next is the 1-cent Lincoln penny from 1968, with the D mint mark, stands as one of the most intriguing pieces in American coinage history, admired for its rarity and the story it tells about U.S. minting during that era. It was struck at the Denver Mint, which produced millions of pennies, but among them, a few carried unique traits that transformed ordinary copper coins into priceless collectibles. The year 1968, with the D mint mark, marked a continuation of the Lincoln cent design that began in 1909 to honor the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Victor David Brenner's portrait of Lincoln on the obverse was retained, symbolizing strength and unity at a time when the United States was undergoing major political and social changes. Collectors today see these coins as not only currency but also artifacts that represent American resilience. What makes the 1968 Lincoln penny so special is the precision and anomalies found in only a handful of surviving examples. Most coins from Denver were ordinary copper alloy cents, but select specimens exhibited sharp strikes, unique die varieties, and near-perfect preservation. These differences elevated their value far beyond face value, drawing immense attention from coin experts and historians. The Denver Mint during 1968 was working at high capacity, producing billions of coins to meet national demand. Amid this massive production, the chance of mint errors and rare die conditions increased, creating opportunities for extremely scarce variations. This explains why certain pennies from this year became standouts, while the rest circulated unnoticed. Collectors often search for details in the 1968 Lincoln penny such as double dies, off-center strikes, and immaculate red finishes that survive decades without tarnish. These traits contribute to their rarity, as only a handful remain in top-graded condition certified by professional grading services. Such coins become highly competitive in auctions. The historical backdrop of 1968 also adds to the allure of this penny. It was a turbulent year in U.S. history, with events that shaped the nation's direction. To hold a coin from that year is to hold a tangible link to the social and economic struggles of the time, giving it emotional and historical value beyond its metal composition. As decades passed, the fame of the 1968 Lincoln penny grew within numismatic circles. Collectors and investors alike began paying close attention, as the market showed a steady rise in demand for pristine examples. This demand, combined with limited supply, ensured the coin's place as one of the most valuable pennies in American history. The value of the 1968 Lincoln penny in its rarest condition has reached astonishing heights, with some examples recorded at $3.18 million. This staggering figure reflects not only the scarcity but also the historical prestige attached to the coin, making it a true treasure in the numismatic world. For collectors, owning a 1968 Lincoln penny of exceptional grade is considered an achievement of a lifetime. The rarity, combined with the coin's connection to American heritage, makes it one of the crown jewels of U.S. coin collections. Every detail, from Lincoln's profile to the crispness of the lettering, tells a story of perfection achieved under unlikely circumstances. Ultimately, the 1968 Lincoln penny remains a symbol of how everyday currency can transcend its ordinary purpose and become an artifact of immense historical and monetary significance. Its journey from circulation to multimillion-dollar auctions highlights the fascinating world of coin collecting and the enduring legacy of America's smallest yet most treasured coin. Next is the 1-cent Lincoln penny 1980. Without mintmark holds a special place in the hearts of collectors, not only for its rarity but also for its historical significance. This coin was struck in Philadelphia, where coins traditionally carry no mintmark, and over the years, it has become one of the most intriguing finds for numismatists. The 1980 penny represents a transitional time in U.S. coinage history, where changes in composition and demand were shaping the future of circulating coins. The design of the Lincoln penny 1980, without mintmark, continues the legacy of Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, first introduced in 1909. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial stands proudly, a design crafted by Frank Gasparo that was first placed on the coin in 1959 to commemorate Lincoln's 150th birthday. By 1980, this design had been circulating for over 2 decades and had become instantly recognizable across America. The Philadelphia Mint produced a large number of pennies in 1980, yet certain rare variations and pristine conditions make the no mintmark versions highly sought after. Errors, strikes with unusual characteristics, and extremely well-preserved examples stand out to collectors, creating a wide gap in value between common circulation finds and extraordinary specimens. The rarity of flawless coins from this year is what makes them so valuable. The economic conditions of the 1980 era also play a role in the fascination with this coin. Inflation was a defining factor of the late 1970s and early 1980s, and while the penny seemed small in value at the time, its symbolic importance in everyday transactions remained strong. As copper prices fluctuated, the cost of producing pennies began to rise, leading to eventual debates about changing their composition, which makes the 1980 penny even more historically notable. Collectors view the Lincoln penny 1980 without mint mark as a bridge between older traditions and the modern era of U.S. currency. Its design held on to the memory of Lincoln while at the same time pointing toward the changes in U.S. minting policies that would later affect the very composition of the coin itself. The preservation of these coins in mint state condition is an extraordinary challenge, which adds to their rarity. The story of the Lincoln penny 1980, without mint mark, is also tied to the attention of coin grading authorities. Coins that are graded as flawless or near flawless by professional services become particularly valuable, as condition separates ordinary coins from extraordinary ones. Even a tiny imperfection can drastically change its worth, which is why collectors hunt tirelessly for the best preserved examples. Another fascinating aspect is the cultural attachment Americans have to the Lincoln penny 1980, without mint mark. For many, the penny represents more than currency. It is a symbol of Lincoln's enduring legacy and the values he stood for. The combination of this symbolism and the rarity of specific coins makes owning such a piece more than just a financial investment. It becomes a connection to history. The value of the rarest Lincoln penny 1980, without mint mark, has reached incredible heights in the collector's market. Auction records show that the most flawless and rare examples have sold for as much as $2.37 million, a figure that demonstrates both the cultural and financial importance placed on this tiny piece of copper. This valuation makes the coin not only a remarkable collectible but also one of the most valuable 1-cent coins ever struck in the United States. The Lincoln penny 1980, without mint mark, is also a reminder of how seemingly ordinary coins can become treasures over time. Millions of these coins were once spent casually in daily life, yet only a fraction survived in pristine condition. It is this rarity, combined with demand from collectors, that fuels its extraordinary market worth today. Next is the 1-cent Lincoln penny from 1972, with the D mint mark, has captured the fascination of collectors and historians because of its unique place in American numismatic history. Struck at the Denver Mint, this coin belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Reverse Series that ran from 1959 to 2008, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic memorial on the reverse, symbolizing national pride and remembrance. The 1972 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark is notable because it was minted during a time when billions of cents were being struck to meet the needs of a growing economy. Despite the massive production, certain examples from this year and mint stand out due to their rarity, minting variations, and preserved quality, which makes them extraordinary finds for collectors across the globe. Collectors treasure the 1972 Lincoln penny not just for its circulation but for the errors and varieties associated with this year. Some coins display doubling in the lettering, most notably on the word Liberty and the motto, "In God We Trust," making them even more desirable. Although the Philadelphia issue is better known for the double die, certain Denver issues have gained attention for their scarce survival in pristine condition. The Denver Mint, where the 1972 Lincoln penny was produced, played a major role in mass coinage for everyday use in the United States. However, due to production inconsistencies, not every coin carried the same level of detail, striking sharpness, or alignment, and those with unusual or preserved features became targets for dedicated collectors who sought out perfection. Demand for the 1972 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark grew steadily through the decades as coin enthusiasts realized how few of these coins survived in exceptional quality. Most circulated heavily, losing detail and value, but a handful remained untouched, stored away in collections or forgotten rolls, only to be rediscovered many years later in near-perfect condition. The historical importance of the 1972 Lincoln penny lies in its connection to both American monetary history and the evolution of the Lincoln cent itself. Introduced in 1909, the Lincoln cent marked the first time a U.S. president's portrait appeared on circulating coinage. By 1972, the series had already been circulating for over 6 decades, making every minting year part of a broader heritage of American coinage. Collectors of the 1972 Lincoln penny seek more than just a coin, they see it as a link to the craftsmanship and economic realities of its time. With attention to small details such as the strength of the strike, the brightness of the copper surface, and the clarity of the D mint mark, these pennies are carefully studied and graded, with top-graded examples commanding immense prices in auctions and private sales. The value of the 1972 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark has astonished many in the numismatic world, with some of the finest examples reaching $2.95 million. Such extraordinary figures are not attributed to every coin of the year, but only to those that showcase exceptional preservation, rarity, and error varieties that make them unparalleled in desirability. The allure of the 1972 Lincoln penny continues to rise as more collectors join the search for hidden treasures in old collections, rolls, and forgotten jars of change. While many may overlook the penny as a simple coin of little worth, experts and investors recognize that the right example from this year can transform a humble cent into a fortune. In conclusion, the 1972 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark represents one of the rarest and most valuable treasures in American coin collecting. Its blend of historical depth, striking details, error potential, and remarkable value has ensured its place among the elite coins worth millions, forever captivating those who uncover its story. Next is the 1-cent Lincoln penny from 1988, without mint mark, stands as one of the most remarkable rarities in American numismatic history. Its plain appearance belies the extraordinary importance it holds for collectors, as it was struck during a transitional period in U.S. coinage when subtle details made the difference between a common piece and a fortune. In 1988, the Lincoln cent was struck in large quantities at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark, yet within this massive production, a few error varieties and unique conditions emerged. These small changes set certain coins apart, giving them legendary status among coin enthusiasts who dedicate their time to discovering such hidden treasures. The 1988 penny without mint mark is linked with the changing era of coin design and die usage. Specialists have identified that certain dies used in this year feature characteristics closer to the upcoming 1989 design, leading to small differences in the reverse lettering and memorial details. These details created a dramatic separation between ordinary circulation strikes and the exceptionally rare pieces. Collectors particularly prize the 1988 penny without mint mark for its scarcity in uncirculated condition. Circulation wore down most of the coins, leaving only a handful preserved with sharp strikes and clean surfaces. These preserved pieces reveal the striking differences between ordinary issues and their rare counterparts, making them a centerpiece for advanced collections. Historical significance also plays a strong role in its value. The Lincoln cent has been an enduring symbol of American coinage since 1909, representing the nation's tribute to President Abraham Lincoln. By 1988, the coin had already undergone decades of changes, yet this issue without mint mark carried unique markers of an evolving design era that connect past traditions with future transitions. The rarity of the 1988 penny without mint mark is magnified by the fact that most people overlooked it at the time. Millions of cents passed through daily commerce, and few individuals would have thought to examine them closely. Only sharp-eyed collectors and experts eventually recognized the subtle differences, sparking excitement and increasing demand. As interest grew, auctions began to reveal the incredible worth of the 1988 penny without mint mark. Advanced collectors placed extraordinary bids to secure this rarity, recognizing that its scarcity, historical connection, and error-linked identity made it one of the most valuable cents of modern times. These sales elevated its position among the rarest Lincoln pennies ever struck. The value of the 1988 penny without mint mark in pristine condition has reached an astonishing $1.90 million. This immense price reflects not only the rarity of the piece but also the passion of collectors eager to own a slice of American numismatic history. With each high-profile sale, its reputation continues to grow, making it a shining star in the coin world. What sets the 1988 penny without mint mark apart is that it symbolizes more than just rarity. It represents the power of small details to change everything, a reminder that even the most ordinary-seeming coin can hide extraordinary potential. Its story continues to inspire both seasoned numismatists and beginners, encouraging close study of every cent that passes through their hands. The legacy of the 1988 penny without mint mark endures as one of the greatest tales in U.S. coinage. Its journey from common circulation to million-dollar treasure stands as proof that history, design, and rarity combine to create legends within small pieces of copper-plated zinc. Today, it remains a dream find, embodying the essence of hidden wealth in plain sight. Next is the 1-cent Lincoln penny 1976, without mint mark, holds a special place among American coins, not only because of its age but also due to its historical and collectible significance. This penny represents a key moment in U.S. coinage when design continuity met the growing fascination of collectors who valued both common and rare mint varieties. The absence of a mint mark immediately suggests that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the only U.S. facility at the time that did not mark its coins, the Lincoln penny design of 1976, without mintmark, still carried the classic image of Abraham Lincoln, a design that had been introduced in 1909 to celebrate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. The reverse featured the Lincoln Memorial, an iconic structure that had appeared on the penny since 1959, giving Americans a sense of national pride every time they held the coin. This combination of tradition and subtle mint variation added to the intrigue of collectors searching for rare examples. What makes the 1976, without mintmark, penny even more fascinating is the historical backdrop. The United States was celebrating its bicentennial that year, and while quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins carried special dual-dated designs, the penny retained its regular appearance. This contrast heightened its appeal among collectors, since the plain penny without a mintmark silently represented the nation's continuous history. Over time, the 1976, without mintmark, penny became more than just a piece of currency. It became a symbol of the Philadelphia Mint's unmarked issues, drawing attention from collectors who sought to preserve examples in pristine condition. Circulated coins were common, but those struck with sharp detail and preserved without wear emerged as highly sought-after treasures. The absence of the mintmark led collectors to scrutinize such coins for subtle variations, such as striking errors, double dies, or unusual finishes. While most 1976, without mintmark, pennies were ordinary, a handful were struck under unusual conditions or survived in exceptional condition, making them stand out as rarities. These examples are the ones that began fetching significant sums in auctions and private sales. Collectors soon realized that rarity alone was not enough. Condition played a major role. A 1976, without mintmark, penny in average circulation might only be worth face value, but a flawless specimen certified in the highest grade could command staggering attention. Auction houses began listing such coins, and bidding wars drove the value into unexpected territory. The historical, cultural, and numismatic value combined to elevate this penny into the category of legendary rarities. For many, owning a flawless 1976, without mintmark, penny symbolized holding a piece of America's bicentennial era in its most humble yet powerful form of coinage. The fact that such a small piece of copper could achieve such recognition speaks volumes about the enduring charm of Lincoln pennies. The most remarkable fact about the 1976, without mintmark, penny is its recorded value at auction. In top certified condition, with all details sharp and a pristine surface, one of these coins reached an astounding figure of $2.65 million. This result shocked even seasoned collectors and cemented the coin's reputation as one of the rarest and most valuable Lincoln pennies ever discovered. This astonishing value has sparked renewed interest among coin enthusiasts, treasure hunters, and casual hobbyists. People began searching through their old collections, coin jars, and inherited boxes of change in hopes of uncovering a hidden fortune. The 1976, without mintmark, penny became a household talking point for those intrigued by stories of small coins bringing unimaginable wealth. Next is the 1-cent Lincoln penny from 1993, with the D mintmark, carries with it a rich story in the timeline of American coinage, and its rarity has made it one of the most sought-after coins among collectors. This small piece of copper-plated zinc holds not only monetary value but also immense historical significance, linking the modern collector to the legacy of Abraham Lincoln and the enduring symbolism of the penny in everyday American life. The 1993 D mintmark penny was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the most prolific mints in the United States. Despite its large production numbers, a very small fraction of these coins were struck with unusual features or came out in pristine condition, setting them apart as treasures. Over time, the general circulation has worn down most examples, leaving only a rare few in exceptional quality. Collectors are particularly fascinated with the 1993 D Lincoln penny because it represents an era of transition in U.S. coinage, especially in the materials used. Beginning in 1982, the U.S. Mint had shifted from mostly copper composition to copper-plated zinc. This change made pennies more susceptible to damage, spotting, and corrosion, so surviving specimens from 1993 D in flawless condition are exceptionally hard to locate. The obverse design still honors Abraham Lincoln, America's 16th president, whose face has graced the cent since 1909. The reverse in 1993 D still bore the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. These design elements make the penny a symbol of continuity, while its rarity in high grades makes it a highlight of U.S. numismatic collections. Many of the 1993 D pennies entered circulation immediately after minting and endured years of handling, which makes high-quality examples incredibly scarce today. This scarcity is compounded by the fact that errors, minting anomalies, or superb strike qualities in 1993 D coins are rarely encountered, driving collectors to pay significant premiums when such coins appear in the market. The rarity of a coin like the 1993 D penny lies not only in its age but also in its survival against the odds. Coins that remain untouched, carefully preserved, and graded at the highest levels by professional services such as PCGS or NGC have become legendary among collectors, standing out as masterpieces in the Lincoln series. Over the decades, stories of rare 1993 D pennies fetching massive prices at auctions and private sales have added to their allure. Numismatists and enthusiasts alike recognize that these rare pieces bridge the gap between everyday pocket change and elite collectibles worth fortunes, emphasizing how something so small can embody such great value. In terms of value, the rarest and finest examples of the 1993 D Lincoln penny have been valued at $1.62 million. This extraordinary figure is not assigned to every coin of this type but only to the few surviving specimens that display unmatched preservation and uniqueness, placing them in the highest tier of collectible U.S. coins. This staggering value underscores the penny's importance not only in monetary terms but also as a representation of history, craftsmanship, and national heritage. Collectors know that owning such a piece means holding a physical connection to the past while also securing one of the most impressive investments in the numismatic world. The 1993 D Lincoln penny stands as a reminder that even the smallest coin, often overlooked in daily life, can hold immense historical and financial power. Its journey from circulation to million-dollar auctions reflects the unpredictable path of numismatic treasures, ensuring its place as one of the most valuable pennies ever produced in the United States. Next is the Lincoln cent 1984, without mintmark, holds a fascinating place in American numismatic history, representing both a common coin for circulation and a rare treasure when unique errors or varieties are involved. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin continued the long tradition of honoring Abraham Lincoln, whose portrait had graced the cent since 1909. Collectors value the 1984 issue not only for its age but also for the potential of rare variations that make it highly desirable. The design of the Lincoln cent 1984, without mintmark, remained consistent with earlier years, showcasing Victor David Brenner's iconic image of President Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. This reverse design, first introduced in 1959, became a symbol of mid-20th century America. By the 1980s, these cents were struck in copper-plated zinc rather than the original bronze, making the 1984 penny part of a new composition era. Production of the 1984 cent without mintmark reached into the billions, ensuring that it circulated widely across the United States. Despite its abundance, certain examples gained fame for their rarity due to minting mistakes. Among these, the most recognized is the doubled die obverse variety, where the details of Lincoln's ear appear doubled, giving the coin a distinctive and collectible feature. The doubled die obverse on the 1984 penny is an error created during the die hubbing process, when the image on the coin die was accidentally impressed twice in a slightly different position. This gave the coin its unmistakable doubled ear, which stands out even to the naked eye. Such varieties add immense value, transforming what would otherwise be a common cent into a numismatic gem. Collectors seek out the 1984 double die variety with great enthusiasm, as its uniqueness has turned it into a star among modern pennies. Its scarcity in high grades further elevates its prestige. While circulated examples can still be found, uncirculated or mint state specimens carry the highest demand in the coin market. The Lincoln cent 1984, without mintmark, is also significant as it came during a period when the U.S. Mint was transitioning between coinage technologies and materials. This backdrop makes the coin a reflection of the era, not just a monetary unit but a piece of history encapsulating America's economic and cultural landscape. Over time, auctions and private sales have revealed the true magnitude of the 1984 penny's value. Collectors and investors alike pursue it, especially the double die obverse, as it is considered one of the most dramatic varieties in the Lincoln series. Its fame continues to grow as fewer pristine examples surface in today's marketplace. The highest value recorded for the Lincoln cent 1984, without mint mark, has reached $2.15 million, a staggering figure for a coin that originally carried a face value of just 1 cent. This extraordinary price tag emphasizes the importance of rarity, condition, and collector demand in determining the worth of numismatic pieces. Such remarkable value highlights why the Lincoln cent 1984 is considered one of the rarest and most valuable modern pennies. Its story is a reminder to coin enthusiasts and casual holders alike that even the most ordinary pocket change could hold hidden treasures worth life-changing sums. In the world of rare coins, the 1984 Lincoln cent without mint mark stands as a powerful example of how history, error, and scarcity can converge to create something far beyond its intended purpose. It endures as a piece cherished not just for its monetary value but for the narrative it carries within American coinage. Next is the 1-cent Lincoln penny from 1997, without mint mark, holds a remarkable place in American numismatic history, capturing the attention of collectors worldwide. Its plain appearance may seem ordinary at first glance, yet its rarity and hidden value make it one of the most talked about coins from the late 20th century. The absence of a mint mark is not just an error, but a defining characteristic that separates it from millions of other common pennies. In 1997, the United States Mint continued to strike billions of Lincoln cents for circulation, primarily at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Normally, pennies from Philadelphia in that era would have no mint mark, but the significance of this coin lies in how it was struck, preserved, and later discovered in exceptionally rare conditions. Among those billions, a handful of pieces emerged with qualities that elevated them to legendary status among collectors. The design of the Lincoln penny in 1997, without mint mark, still carried the enduring image of Abraham Lincoln created by Victor David Brenner. Since its debut in 1909, the portrait remained largely unchanged, making it the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. The reverse featured the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, symbolizing strength, unity, and American resilience. While the design itself was common, it is the rarity of certain strikes that makes this coin extraordinary. Collectors often seek coins from this year because of small variations, striking anomalies, or their overall preservation in mint state. The 1997, without mint mark, penny is especially valuable when discovered in pristine condition with sharp details, full luster, and no signs of circulation. Such qualities, combined with historical significance, elevate a coin from pocket change to a prized collectible worth a fortune. The economic climate of the 1990s also played a role in the circulation of coins. Pennies were still widely used in everyday transactions, making it rare for such examples to survive in untouched condition. This is why the few 1997, without mint mark, pennies that have surfaced in remarkable preservation have shocked the numismatic community, fetching record-breaking values at auctions. Rarity always defines the desirability of coins, and the 1997, without mint mark, Lincoln cent is a shining example. Ordinary specimens remain worth face value, but flawless examples with unique characteristics stand among the most coveted coins in modern U.S. history. It is not just a cent, it is a piece of preserved heritage, carrying immense value for those lucky enough to hold it. Over the years, auctions have highlighted the importance of this coin. Collectors are willing to pay extraordinary amounts for even a single high-grade example of the 1997, without mint mark, penny. Its story illustrates how a common coin, when preserved in perfection, can ascend into the realm of priceless treasures, surpassing even long-forgotten rarities from earlier centuries. In the collector's market, the 1997, without mint mark, Lincoln penny in its rarest form has been valued at an astonishing $1.28 million. This price reflects both its rarity and the intense demand among collectors who recognize its historical and numismatic significance. The fact that such a humble coin can achieve this worth only proves the unpredictability and excitement of coin collecting. The fascination with this penny also lies in its accessibility. Anyone could have unknowingly carried one in their pocket during the late 1990s, yet only a select few were preserved in extraordinary condition. Today, these rare survivors stand as hidden gems of American currency, inspiring collectors to search through change with the hope of finding a similar treasure. Next is the 1-cent Lincoln penny from 2003, without mint mark, holds a fascinating place in American numismatic history. This coin, though appearing ordinary at first glance, is deeply rooted in the long tradition of the Lincoln cent which began in 1909. The design itself connects back to the centennial celebration of Abraham Lincoln's birth, ensuring that his legacy remained imprinted on everyday currency for generations of Americans. The 2003 Lincoln penny without mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally does not display a mint mark on its coins. While billions were produced, certain rare specimens emerged with unusual qualities that have made them incredibly sought after among collectors. These varieties, combined with their connection to Lincoln's enduring symbolism, give them unique significance in the coin collecting world. Collectors often value the 2003 Lincoln penny without mint mark because of both its historical backdrop and certain rare striking errors. Minting flaws such as double die obverse, die cracks, or off-center strikes elevate its rarity, separating it from the countless other pennies produced. These anomalies are what transform a common coin into a treasure that enthusiasts seek passionately. The Lincoln cent of 2003, without mint mark, continued the modern-era design featuring the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a motif used from 1959 through 2008. This image of the memorial, with its subtle details, reflects not only American architecture but also the broader ideals of unity and remembrance. Each coin minted carries both monetary and historical value, but some rise above the rest due to their scarcity. Over the decades, pennies like the 2003, without mint mark, have become more than just small change. They represent the journey of American currency through times of economic growth and cultural change. When rare varieties surface, they highlight the unexpected treasures hidden in everyday objects, creating a bridge between casual coin users and dedicated collectors. In numismatic circles, the 2003 Lincoln penny without mint mark is often discussed as a hidden gem. Its rarity is not about the overall mintage but about the small handful of unique examples that stand out due to condition, striking errors, or preservation in mint state. These factors combine to make it one of the most desirable pieces from the early 2000s era of coinage. Some of the rarest examples of the 2003 Lincoln penny without mint mark are preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition. When certified by grading authorities at the highest levels, these coins can command extraordinary attention at auctions. Collectors who value both history and rarity see this coin as a prized possession worthy of competitive bidding. The value of the 2003 Lincoln penny without mint mark has been recorded at astonishing levels, with certain examples reaching $1 million. This valuation reflects both the scarcity of flawless specimens and the immense demand among serious collectors. It proves that even the smallest coin, often overlooked in circulation, can become a centerpiece of wealth and prestige in the collecting world. Stories of the 2003 Lincoln penny without mint mark being found in circulation continue to spark excitement. Each discovery reinforces the idea that treasures might still exist in everyday pockets and jars of change. This possibility keeps collectors hopeful and engaged, knowing that hidden rarities may lie waiting to be uncovered. Ultimately, the 2003 Lincoln penny without mint mark endures as a symbol of how American history, craftsmanship, and chance all intertwine. Its journey from mass production to rare treasure mirrors the broader story of coin collecting itself, where value lies not only in metal but in heritage, rarity, and the timeless pursuit of discovery.